Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Sangfor webinar series. I am Lucas from the Sangfor UAE team, and I'll be your moderator for today's webinar. Today, we're presenting the topic, Simplify Your Security Operations with Sangfor XDR. In this session, we'll introduce you to the next generation cybersecurity operations platform, Sangfor XDR. You'll learn how it delivers full visibility, high-quality security data, advanced security GPT for deep analysis, and automated response capabilities. We'll keep you updated on the latest XDR knowledge and show you how to leverage it to enhance your organization's cyber operations. We'll cover an in-depth briefing on XDR and its technical architecture, explore its key advantages and real-world user cases, highlight the differences between XDR and ISAEM, and conclude with a live demonstration of the XDR dashboard. Our speaker today is Aaron. After the presentation, we will also have a Q&A session. Please send your questions in the Q&A module, and we will answer it one by one later. Now, let's get started and welcome Aaron.
Okay, thank you, Lucas. This is Aaron from Sangfor. So can you hear my voice clearly? Okay, so this is Sangfor webinar. Well, we use this webinar to talk about XDR business. Because in the current market, the trend, every people just talk about. Sorry, let me share my screen. Can you see it? Can you see my slides? Okay, let me reshare again. Now? Okay, let me share again. Sorry. Stop sharing and let me share it again. Okay, and let me try let me page down. It's okay. Can you see my second page, third page? Okay, so it's good. So everything's fine. We just talk about when we talk about the customer, what we are talking about. Maybe different customer have a different topic when referring to the cybersecurity business. And most of the customer will talk about the firewall and the EDR and antivirus and the email security. But I think there is a hot topic about the secure operation. So secure operation, it means as an organization in the customer side, they need to talk about how to leverage efficiency, how to respond, and how to against the ransomware, and how to do the response automatically. So everything, the ultimate solution for most organization, they will talk about these secure operation jobs and how to, in daily operation, we can refine the security architecture and leverage the security capabilities. And even some customer, they don't want to hire CISO and some security staff. I think they can embrace the MDR. So that is the future of the security trend and in this cyber landscape. Okay, so today we will use around 30 minutes to talk about security operation, this task, this kind of job. And Sangfor, we will share our knowledge to help you to build the solutions, and we will highlight our features, what we can do for most of the customer and for partner. Okay, the second thing is about our demonstration. So for demonstration, I will have 20 minutes of the demonstration about our secure operation platform. I think after the webinar, you will get a lot of the knowledge from Sangfor. I wish you can have a great journey. Okay, so goes back to the security jobs. Let's dive into the customer risk in the last 20 years and how the industry evolved. Okay, so maybe 20 years ago, when we talk about security, most of people will talk about the security products purchase, and they want to purchase the best of breed products. And but the reality is that they need to manage different products, and different product have different log and alerts and different types of the standards. So it's hard to manage, it's hard to analyze, it's hard to correlate. When something really happens, you should become a stitch a lot of things, and it's very hard to analyze, right? So I think even nowadays, some SMB, SME, they are still in the current status quo. Too many security products to handle, like Sophos, 49, and CrowdStrike. But it's not a bite. It's not a good security jobs to handle because you need to devote you need to just hire a lot of person to deal with different brands. Okay, but a lot of medium-sized organization, they will talk about SIEM because they have under pressure of the compliance, and they also have a lot of they want to build a centralized management platform and to fulfill all the logs and analyze it and to fulfill the compliance. That is SIEM platform, right? And but I have to say, SIEM is uh, from the current trend, it's not a good architecture anymore. Because I just want to say is that there's a lot of alerts, and the SIEM will focus on the third-party logs, and they don't know how to do the data correlation even generate the high quality of the data. So the reality is that people are suffering alert fatigue, and your security admin will have a lot of headache about how to resolve and how to reduce the noise from millions of the log alerts every day. That's the first thing. And the second thing is that because the data is from third party, is from others, and you don't have the high quality data to extract the common feature, even do some visibility and do some threat hunting. So the the second point is that the context, you cannot do the investigation, the second thing. And if you don't know why it happens, how it happens, when it happens, how you refine the security architecture. So that is something remain to be done. Okay, and the final thing, the organization don't have enough experts now. So every organization will face the severe problem is that the people is expensive and the people they don't want to hire. How to be like the security become a simple task is a something remain to be done. Okay, so our Sangfor Omni command is based on XDR, but what we can provide, that is a XDR. We can also provide SIEM. We can also provide SOAR. So the three fundamental and important components into one single the platform. So one single pane or glass of the solution. So that is some for what we can provide to you. And most of customer will have concern about SIEM and XDR. What is difference? Actually, from my point of view, I think SIEM they have a lot of things not fit for the current trend. For example, SIEM will only rely on the third-party logs. So it means their data source is very single perspective, and their data is from others. So we talk about security. We also talk about data. So data-driven security architecture is a fit for the current status quo. So single data source is not enough because we talk about data quality. The data quality is not enough. Okay, and the second thing is about no playbook to respond because when something happens on the SIEM platform, I think you need to launch a ticket from the department one to department two, and you transfer the ticket, right? Each other. But nowadays, when we talk about visibility detection, we should talk about respond automatically. So everything will refer to the automation, but SIEM cannot do like that way due to the architecture limitation. Okay, and the third thing is about maybe you just pay 20, 30,000 US dollars to buy a SIEM platform. But another thing is that you need to hire at least five experts to handle the SIEM jobs. And so people plus the platform, every investment add up together and there will be high OPEX. So that is the current status quo. And when something really happens, SIEM, the architecture is limited and the people is higher. So even you invest a lot of money, but the performance is not very good. That is a SIEM reality. Okay, but X some for Omni command, what we can do? So what we can do is the first thing is we focus on the data quality. It's a high data quality. So it's a multi-dimension data source from endpoint, from network. So the first thing, we will maintain the data quality is high. And we will set the indicator compromise, indicator attacks, and we will also refine our data lake and do the data correlation. The first thing is the data source, multidimensional, and the data correlation. The second thing is that we have a lot of experience dealing with the threats, and we will build our experience into our module. We call it SOAR. So security orchestration automation response. So what we can do? We can just provide you 20 something the playbook. If I remember it's right, it's maybe 24. And all the scenario we can provide is covering the ransomware, covering the crypto mining, covering the lateral movement, covering the credential dumping. So every critical and malicious action we already cover in our existing playbook. So 90% of the threats we can already give you the actions immediately. So it means automation. Okay, and the third thing is that because our Omni command based on the XDR architecture, we are data-driven architecture. So we have the high-quality data, and we also have a lot of engine to detect the threats. And everything no need to people because if you buy the SIM, you need to hire the people to write rules every day based on the open logs. But in the XDR inside, you don't need to let people to write the rules. We have all the things automatically detection, automatically response, automatically give you all the visibility and plus the customized report. So everything will be clear in our XDR architecture. So low OPEX means we already reduce the people and people no need to heavily engage in the architecture. We do it automatically with our own built-in technology. Okay, and the data currently, some of the partners are our good friends. So you already know we have a wide portfolio covering the firewall, covering the endpoint, covering the NDR. Now we are talking about XDR, right? So the data will come from our EDR. It means the endpoint detection and response. And we also cover our firewall and NDR. NDR is it's just a network detection response and capture the traffic and analyze it and find something that a firewall cannot do. Okay, and the outcome is that we can lower the mean time to detect, mean time to response. So in the following chapter, I will talk about 4 points that our secure operations center can do and others cannot do. The first thing is lower the time to detect and response. The first point. Every day, and customer side, they will generate a lot of logs, maybe millions of logs from different brands. But there's a lot of logs, and the limited people cannot deal with unlimited logs, right? So the first thing, we will just extract the common feature and reduce the logs from million level to the hundreds level, from logs to alerts. And the second level, we will from the thousand alerts to the hundreds of instances. And all the instances based on our SOAR module, we can do it automatically. And just a single number of the instances. Maybe you just hire one people to check what is happens. And just click the instance, you will get a lot of details. So the first thing, we can provide 5 minutes to detect and 5 seconds to respond based on our Omni command architecture. So that is first point about the time. Because security jobs is related to time. It's a game of time, right? So the first day you resolve the issues, but you just like behind it to the second day, third day, is your exposure and your risk will be higher. Okay. And the second thing will be the visibility. So I have to say, when something happens, the boss will ask the CISO, I already invest a lot of money. Why I are still suffering the data breach? So in this case, I think the CISO can open our box and to tell the boss, we already resolved this issue 100%, and something happens, we already get it very clear. So just open the instant, you will get there is a matter attack mapping, and there is a malicious process, and they are generate and inject malicious code to the system process, and the system process just generate a lot of process, do different tasks to do the harm for your computer. But if you just click the process from the network perspective, from the IP, from the file, from the process, from registry, so everything will be clear and in front of you. So you just generate all the things and just give it to your boss. You will do the commitment to the security jobs. The second thing about visibility, investigation, and digital forensic. Okay. And the third thing is about the response. So we all have now I think in our secure operations center, we have a built-in SOAR module. So what we can do, a lot of experience we already cover in our module, inside our module. It means when something happens and trigger our condition. So what we can provide is that there is a recommendation and what happens in when and LAN and the domain name, host, file, processes, and we already do it automatically. And I know some customer, maybe the environment is very special. For example, ATM, for example, maybe OT network. It's no worry. And because we can, based on your environment, and we can use our UEBA, user and entity, and behavior analysis. With this principle, we can customize the playbook for you based on your condition. So it's not the issue. Okay, and the final thing is about our secure operation complete architecture. I think nowadays, as a partner, maybe all the answer will be in this picture. And when we talk about secure operation, what we are talking about? We talk about how to collect the high quality data, the first thing. So the first part, we will talk about data injection. And the second part, we will talk about data correlation. And the third part, we will talk about automatically response. So the first part is about, we will divide it to two parts. And some for, we will build high quality data from our own components, from our firewall, from our endpoint secure, from our SDA, feed into our data lake. But if customer have some third party, no worry. We also support third party. Uh, if you have some project and please customer to provide a list of the third-party devices they are using. So we will check in our database. So we will let you know how many we support. Even something we don't support, we can customize for customer. That is the first thing. The second thing is about the XDR correlation and the data correlation because we have a lot of AI engine. And actually, we also have the cooperation with the AI vendor. You know DeepSeek, right? So DeepSeek is also, we have some cooperation with them. And also the Chinese top leading the AI technology. Actually, we can also have some cooperation. And the third thing is about the response components. And we buy a secured operation platform. It's not means we just want to get visibility, right? So we want to response. So response components, we also divided two part. The first part is about Sangfor components. And when we found some instance, we will just call and directly block the IP based on our firewall and quarantine the file, kill the process by our EDR product. And we also have third-party brand, like third-party brand integration. So for example, the customer using Fortinet, Sophos, Palo Alto, and Huawei, and Bitdefender. No worry. So we can also get the API from their product based on the API documentation, and we can do the response based on their API structure. So it means something happens, our XDR can also give a response based on the third-party product. Okay, and I will highlight some important high tech. The first thing is about security GPT. So there's a bunch of the instance, and you just click the instance, you will find there's a detailed of the context. You will know what is the root cause, which people are attacking, and why it happens, how it happens. So and we will show you virtual natural language like attacker's IP analysis, packet analysis, compromised asset analysis, successful attack reasons, and correlated alerts, alert response. So give you the visualize the thinking process and everything, the context and the conclusion with the natural language. Okay, this is Autopilot Security GPT. Uh, I think after 3 months later, maybe Q2 or Q3, we will also have a Copilot Security GPT. It means just like a DeepSeek, and you just tap into how many vulnerability today happened, and we will give you a bunch of the vulnerability. And you just one click, our patches will from our backend system to distribute it to different servers and laptop. That is our second subscription, is a Copilot Security GPT. But it's still not yet launched in the market. So I just give you a preview about our technology. Okay. And most of people will compare the difference between the SIEM and OmniCommand, our XDR. I think SIEM is based on the third party and based on the people to refine and the rules. So because structure is not very scientific now, so I think with the data-driven architecture, telemetry data and the indicator and the extractor from our own native components, we can fulfill many perspectives. The first thing is about visibility and about analytics, about automation. about the threat investigation, and about operational efficiency. So everything with our data, we can fulfill all the scenarios, reach the scenario. And some of the customer, maybe they already embraced XDR architecture, right? And they will challenge. Sangfor, I think, what is your unique feature compared to the Palo Alto Cortex XDR and China Micro Vision One? For this part, we can provide three unique features. The first one is flexible and built-in SOAR. It means if you look at Palo Alto, they will have their XDR. They also have their SOAR platform. Two platforms each just correlate each other. So it's still a heavy burden for most of the customer. But Sangfor currently, we can provide a single platform to cover all the secure operation jobs. That is the first thing I want to mention. Flexible about our response because we have built-in SOAR. And the second thing is that we are willing to open our experience to give you the built-in playbook to cover most of the scenarios about security. That is the Okay, that is the first feature I want to highlight. And the second feature is about native components. Because Sangfor, we have wide portfolio covering the network firewall, NDR, and we can also cover the endpoint perspective like EDR. So if you combine all the components together, fit into our data lake with XDR, we will give you the fully visibility and the architecture can cover all the secure operation jobs. Okay, and the third part is about security GPT. With security GPT, what we can provide, just like I mentioned, Copilot GPT and Autopilot GPT, we just make secure jobs very simple and easy, and with the natural language, you will know what is happens. Okay, and a lot of customer will concern about, oh, your SDR, your all my command is better. So how to deploy? What kind of offering I can get? So if customer is a financial customer and a government customer, we can deploy on-premise in the data center of the customer. And if customer is a commercial part, like maybe like pharmaceutical, maybe like hospital, maybe like some construction, they have different sites. And for this kind of commercial and enterprise customer, we can provide SaaS offering. So it means no need to buy hardware, no need to deploy. Everything is done with the cloud. So we can provide a SaaS offering based on the SaaS XDR. Okay. And I just share. Okay, so now I want to share with you the use case. So uh, it's a university use case and the top 10 university in the country. So what is challenge they are suffering? There will be a lot of challenges. The first challenge is about most of the customer, they like a centralized platform. It means they don't have a centralized platform to collect, analyze, manage security data. And the second thing is we cannot assume a lot of customer is a security-centric customer. So they lack awareness and conscious to deal with the security issues. So when something happens, they leading to prolong the incident response time, and their people have limited knowledge to deal with it. And the third thing is, even the people is not skilled enough, is not knowledgeable, but this kind of people is also from IT department. So security means for them is a part-time job. So there is a challenges commonly happen in the customer side. And what Sangfor can provide? What we can provide is the Omni command with our EDR and with our NDR. So we can build an ecosystem with our secure operation platform. And the second thing is that the customer don't have people. Customer don't have knowledge and skill. It's no worry. Sangfor, we can also provide MDR based on our EDR, NDR, and XDR to cover the endpoint, cover the network, cover the SOC scenario. So 24/7 is the second thing we provide to customer. And the third thing is that the customer success manager and after the customer purchased our MDR, actually, we will allocate a customer success manager as the main point of contact. So everything happened, we can provide a timely and real-time response for the customer. So that is our use case. Okay, and this is our secure operation platform, our Omni command. The is a training about our product. So do you have some questions? So just filling in the column so we can talk, or maybe I will have the second session is about our demonstration. So I can pause for some time to answer your questions. Do you have some questions? Okay, guys. If there is no question, I will jump to the second part. Is our demonstration. So here's our secure operation platform or dashboard. So I will tell you some of the structure. We divided it into file structure. The first one is about detection and response, and the second one is about risk management, and the third is about asset center, and also configuration and application center. So detection response is a major component because all the threats will detect in here, and also we can also do the auto response with the SOAR module. And risk management is about weaknesses like vulnerability, weak passwords, and also some risk on top of the assets. And we can also do the assets management, asset check. And there will also the asset center. So all the laptops from the server from laptop and will be in here. And we will showcase a lot of different attributes of the assets and manage it. And the configuration is that we will collect the data from the endpoint, from network, and from a third party. So all the data will feed into the lake, and we can do the data correlation. And the final thing is about we will have a SOAR, and it means we will have built-in playbook, and we will also support third-party devices in this page. So let's just see it. This is the guarding overview, and allow to the different uh, the assets like endpoint, and we also can and our and just the launch list in here, and there's a in service for uh 130 days, 13 days, and alerts analyze rate alert reduction here. So the network. Okay, so let's just say to you, there's a response. So a security instance will be listed here, top file. And we will give you the graph about pending issues. It means how many issues there are still need to focus. There's a pending issues and the pending instance, risk assets, and pending tickets you can see in here. And here's the progress and how many instances already fixed and how many instances you need to handle. And the assets already protected and their security capabilities. Okay, and for the threat response, there's a security instance is pending. It means maybe the security admin need to deal with it. It is 158. And there's a critical, there's a high, there's a medium, there's a low. So we will just show here. If you just click and drive down to the security instance, and we will go direct to the security page, instance page, and it will handle it with just a few clicks, just one click. You will deal with it. And there is an assets protection, and how many assets is already managed and protected, and how many assets is a risk is in under a risky situation. It means you need to check the weak passwords and check the connection and check the vulnerability. And that is the overview about our secure operation jobs. Okay, and here's the monitoring. And we set the 3D dashboard, and you can see in here the security dashboard and the security capability. This dashboard is just the talk about how to reduce the noise from the data lake. But this part will beneficial to you secure jobs. So we can just log into to see it. Can you see the there's another dashboard, just jump to another page. So you can see security dashboard, right? This part. Okay. In this part, you will see there's a key security indicators. For example, the critical risky assets, and there will be pending instance, and there will be fixed instance, and there's an instance handling process. And it will also find their major threats from ransomware, crypto mining, infectious virus, discovery, and OS command, and injection and command control connection to the outside world. You don't need to understand any single of the threats. You just know Sangfor can cover most of the threats within our secure operations center. Okay, and here is the organizational threat overview from the massive secure alerts, logs to alerts to instance. So that is the whole process to reduce the noise of the data. and there will be instance names. So you just look at it, and they will show all the bunch of the instance name, and you just click down, and we will direct to the instance you can handle from that page. And there is a critical assets protection, and we will showcase the top 5, the risky assets, and we will score them. And later I will tell you the details. But here is just an overview of our graph. Okay, let's just jump back to the previous page. Okay, so detect response. Secure for the security instance is our major page, and every security issues will solved in this page. And let me click random. I'll choose one from the random the line. Okay, and there's this instance, and I just click it, and you will find there are a lot of details from meta attack mapping, and there's a description, and you just click one of the process, and you will find there's a attackers, and there will a bunch of details. How to fix this is also very easy. You just have just one click, you will find the context about the details, logs, alerts field, and whether you need to use SOAR to respond it or not. And there's a security GPT. It means for this single malicious process, and there's a source IP, destination IP, and they are using the malicious process. And there's the all threat intelligence will come in here and give you the analysis about the IP address, about the intelligence type, and about there's a host IP. And so it means all the details and the context will be showing here. This is our instance handling. And but after you analyze every details, the straightforward thing is that you can directly call our SOAR playbook, and you can also call the SOAR action. It means which product you want to call, and for example, Symantec, and you can call it. And also you can have a atomic operation and actions. You can just block the IP, kill the process. So other things will be in here. You can directly to respond. Okay. And for the alerts, if you think instance is too high level, you can also drill down into the medium level alerts. And there will be a bunch of the details you can catch up. And there's a security logs. As for this part, I think we collected all the logs. The function should be like a SIEM, but our data quality will be high, and we not only focus on the third party, we more focus on our own native components, the logs. Okay, and in here you just click, you will find the logs. Okay, this is our detection response part. And for the risk management, we will showcase a lot of weaknesses, vulnerability overview, vulnerability status, and how many fixing, how many is closed. And here's the asset check. So there's a bunch of the assets. So you will see the meta attack mapping, and also threat detection, potential risk, threat entity. All the elements happened in the laptop. So you will see how many weaknesses in the server, and how many risk access. For example, there's a malicious connection to your assets, and there's a IP file domain process, all just in the server. So you will see all the things. We also highlight risky apps. For example, some app is a remote connection, and some apps is you just look at it. Process hacker, PC hunter, and something just change the auto operating system, and some application just want to launch the remote connection. So this kind of application we label is a risky apps. So we will just with our traffic analysis to label them. Okay, and time is limited, so I just want to share you some interesting part. It's about our application center. So some people will want to know SOAR. You mentioned a lot of times. So how you provide SOAR, the playbook. So, we have alert playbook, instant playbook, basic playbook. You just find one of them, and I will click one for you. And here will be a lot of triggers and under some sort of condition. And for example, high risk external and internal attack alarms are automatically blocked without notification by default. So we will set different condition and set different triggers with our this kind of what will get for this kind of model, and we can build our SOAR and build our playbook in this model. And the second thing is that we just set the playbook, but how about the atomic operation? So we need to integrate with third party, right? So here we can support a lot of third parties from the Palo Alto, Houston, and FortiGate, and H3C, and Huawei, and also Deep Tech, and CrosStrike, Checkpoint, Bitdefender. Actually, we also have some sort of the branding. We are collaborating. So all those are the vendors. If you just click it, you will find we can based on the Palo Alto firewall to block, to delete the ACL, to add the ACL, to block the IP, to delete the IP, and block the IP address. So there's a lot of actions we can do based on the third party. If you are using the Sangfor product, actually we have more of the actions and about the correlation with IOC and console task. So there will be more things you can do. So that is why I think for the secure operation vendor, we have more abundant of the operation based on our own native components. Okay. So here's all the information I want to share with you. I wish with Sangfor secure operation, this kind of solution, you can dig more customer opportunities. For example, if customer are prefer the on-premise, like a government, like BFSI, and you can use our on-premise XDR. If the customer is a commercial part of the customer, actually we can also provide a SaaS XDR. And our data center will be located here in the end of the March and in the medium of the April. So it's a good time, it's the right time to take some customer opportunity and involve Sangfor. So I have a recommendation. If you can arrange a customer meeting, involve Sangfor. So every presentation, demonstration, POC, and all the process or inside your project, Sangfor can besides you and help you without you thinking. Because I know you want to learn something, but no worry. And we can have a training about our SDR and MDR. But the most important thing is try to dig some opportunity for Sangfor and evolve Sangfor so we can do everything for you. The first three order and the five order will let you worry free because our service there, so we can help you to dig more opportunity. That is what I want to say. Thank you. Is there something? So Lucas, I think we can go to the Q&A session.
Can you see Q&A?
Yeah, I saw the first question is about data discovery feature is available. How to understand data discovery? Is it DLP based on the sensitive data? I think the data, if I understand this right, the data will be security data. So we extracted the data from our own components and a third party. So we can base our data lake and our architecture to do the threat hunting for customer. It means maybe some attacker is attacking you, and we will just do the threat hunting and give you root cause analysis and locate the root cause and deal with it for you. As soon as we're onboarding SDR, it discovers all the machines connected. But when a new machine is added, it will automatically discover endpoint. Definitely, you know why? Because XDR is there. XDR is just like a brain. It's a platform. But you also need an arm, and you also need legs. So what is legs? Legs is EDR, and arms is NDR. So we can capture the telemetry data from endpoint. We can also capture the traffic and capture the connection from our NDR. So you know what is NDR? NDR is a network sensor tap into the switches. So all the traffic path we can monitor. and all the traffic we can monitor it. It means some threats in the hidden corner and some shadow IT, and you even don't know where the IT assets is in your environment. So we can capture it because they have traffic feature. So we can monitor and analyze traffic and give the visibility and from east to west, from north to south. So all the connection we can also monitor it. So if so I just reply answer. If there is a new machine joined the Active Directory, but they they will have the traffic go outside or inside. We will monitor it. Even they don't install the EDR. If the new machine install the EDR, definitely we will cover the operating system. We will also cover the connection. So everything will be clear and visible to customers. Okay, so this question is a good question. So, Sangfor, do we have inbuilt threat intelligence? Definitely. Actually, since the 2017, we have different labs in our HQ, and we can just deploy all the honeypot around the world, covering the Europe, covering the Middle East, covering the Southeast Asia and Latin America. So we can extract all the threat intelligence from the honeypot and just build a high quality threat intelligence. And another, for instance, I think is another thing is that we will exchange our threat intelligence with the top vendor around the world. Like there's an open community, so every vendor will exchange their threat intelligence to make the cybersecurity landscape safe. So it's a common method. We generate a threat intelligence, something from us, something from others.
Right.
Yeah. So definitely we have inbuilt threat intelligence.
Right.
Another question is, do we need NDR and MDR license for use XDR? No, XDR is XDR, NDR is NDR, MDR is MDR. So, but our XDR is a platform. We have different components. You can choose whatever you like. So you can choose the components like EDR. You can choose NDR, but it's not mandatory. So what I suggest is that you use the XDR, but you can also just purchase our EDR. Yeah. We don't need a mandatory license, but it's just a recommended license. Do we have out-of-box integration with Cisco Palo Alto or Fortinet? Yeah, definitely. We have. We can integrate with Mandiant or any other existing threat intelligence tool. Mayank and Mahajan, thank you. So this question is common asked by some of the partners. So we can integrate whatever the brands, because when we talk about the response, we cannot pick which components we want to integrate or not, because this is customer choice, right? So for this part, Sangfor will have license, SOAR license. It means if you buy the license, unlimited brands, unlimited the model of the products we can support. So we will customize for customer, full day for brand. So that is what we do to fit the customer architecture. I want to distinguish two things. The first thing is MDR is a managed detection response. It's a service. It's not a product. So service is service, and XDR and NDR is a product. So XDR is a product, MDR is a service. So if you want to buy XDR and you don't want to manage it, Sangfor can provide a service. We call it MDR. So we can just provide SOC, manage the detection service for you. That is the first thing. And XDR is not the advance of the NDR, because XDR is extended detection response. We collect data from different perspective, from endpoint, from network. But NDR is only deployed in the network in line with the network environment, and they only check and analyze the traffic. But XDR is the upper layer, NDR is the components layer. I'm not sure whether I make it simple, but NDR is just one perspective, but XDR is a full perspective, and it's the ultimate solution for customers secure operation jobs. Customer service is 24/7. Yes, if you buy our firewall, we can provide 24/7 support. But if you are talking about MDR, the built-in feature is 24/7 response. Okay. Thank you. There's a lot of valuable ideas. Thank you, guys. Okay, Sangfor is there. As I mentioned, Sangfor is besides you. If you have some other questions, just throw to one of our member in UAE. So we will give you a clear answer. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Aaron, for sharing all the information, and thank you everyone for your questions. We are coming to the end of today's webinar. Thank you again, everyone, for participating. Have a wonderful day and see you next time. Bye.